Welcome back to Keep Expecting Miracles. I am ILissa and I'm here with a Monday reflection. Jessica and I have decided to do potting the way that we want and the way that it works for us. So we're here with a mini pod episode. Instead of a meditation, you guys know that I love doing meditations for our listeners, but instead of a meditation, I decided to do a reflection episode. Since we are in a new season of spring and it's Aries season, so that is new beginnings, new life. It goes along with spring. It's the new year according to the earth. So it's a good time to reflect. It's a good time to make New Year's resolutions, if you will. And so what is being asked right now? A major question that somebody asked me recently is, what do I want right now? And how my mind works, I can answer a question and then some more questions come. So these are the additional follow-up questions to what do I want right now. So the first one, it's we're gonna take a break, take a breath. We're gonna take a breath. I'm gonna take a deep breath so I can really settle into these questions too. So if you will, take a slow, deep breath with me. So the first question is, what am I being asked to let go of, even if it feels hard? What am I being asked to let go of, even if it feels hard? So for me, a lot of stuff comes to my mind when I ask myself that question. We kind of, as humans, we kind of avoid hard things because it's very uncomfortable. And so that's going to I'm going to have to literally go back and sit down and journal and write that down, because it's even to even think about that question is like, okay, do I want to let go of anything? But life, you do have to let go of some things to call other things in. So it's a part of the process. And another version of that question is, or another form of that question is what version of me is no longer aligned with where I'm going? And so thinking about the season that you're in, thinking about a new stage of life that you're in, or whether you have just gone through a transition like Jessica and I have, what version of me is no longer aligned with where I'm going? So these are some good juicy questions here. Another question is about truth, because you really have to be honest with yourself. And so what truth about my life has recently become clear? That could be a truth about how you operate, how you interact with others, how others see you. We just had an eclipse season, and Jessica and I talk about Mercury retrograde and the eclipse and how that can bring up some things from the past. But really what it's doing is showing you a mirror that of yourself and the patterns in your life. And that's not always clear all the time. We're not always aware of patterns, of situations, of things that are happening. And so what truth about my life has recently become clear? Another question that goes along with that is, where have I been shrinking when I'm actually being called to expand? I'm going to read that again, because that's like, whoo. Where have I been shrinking when I'm actually being called to expand? And so is there an area in your life where you have kind of been putting something off or ignoring, but you really feel like you need to expand, you need to grow, or you want to explore that area of your life? The last set of questions has something to do with becoming. So it's the last part of, asking yourself what you want, or it goes along with what you want, is, who am I becoming? And can I allow that to be enough for right now? That is Another question is, who am I becoming? Or who have I become? And how can I allow that to be enough for right now? And the last follow up question to that is, what would it look like to trust this version of me? What would it look like to trust this version of me? So, who have you become, or who are you becoming, and what does that even look like to trust who you are now? How are you going to trust? What does it look like to trust yourself in operating in your gifts, using your intuition, any new skills that you have acquired? What does that look like to trust who you are now? So I'm very excited to go back and actually journal myself with these questions. Like I said, I do journal, I do ask myself questions, but there's always more questions that come up. So I'm excited to go back and journal. And I hope that you would join me in journaling, or even just getting your phone out and taking down a voice note, or even typing it out on the notes in your phone is okay. It helps me to light a candle and some incense, put on some music, drink some tea, or even like if I'm in the shower, I could be thinking about questions, or I could be reflecting on my day, and I'll have to like get my phone and like type something out really quickly, because the water really does activate. So even if you decide to take a bath or in the shower, water is something that helps with release or awareness, or just really just your imagination. So I would encourage all of our listeners to take a moment and reflect and really call in what you want for this area of your life, because that is what I will be doing. I want to leave you guys with encouragement and a word of peace for this spring. I am looking for ways to invite more peace into my life. I am no longer pushing things that do not fit. I am no longer doing things for appearances. I am 100% stepping into who I am. I am stepping into a version of me that wants to live a comfortable, peaceful life. A lot of the times we have been taught to do things out of just plain old, okay, this is what looks good, or what we're supposed to do, and we ignore how we feel or what we actually want. And so this year for Easter, my daughter turned 5, and it was April 5th. And so it's her golden birthday. She turned 5 on the 5th, and she's actually, because she is learning and because she is 5, she looks at the calendar now. She looks at dates. And there was no way that I was going to get away with not having a birthday party for her on her golden birthday on the 5th, because she turned 5. She has been telling people since August of last year, I turned 5 on April 5th. I turned 5 on April 5th. So a lot of people had questions for me about why I was having a party on Easter. And it can kind of seem selfish, because you're asking people to come join you at a birthday party when people are supposed to be with their families or at church or celebrating. I mean, I just plain old told them because we wanted to. She turned 5 on the 5th. This is her golden birthday. That's what she wanted. And so we decided to oblige her. So I am very grateful for the people that came out to celebrate with my family and I, including Jessica and her kids. Thank you, Jessica. We're very happy to be around our extended family, like Jessica and her children. They are our family too. And our cousins from Tampa, friends, our new friends here where we live. Thank you guys for spending the day with us, and it was a wonderful, peaceful day. We had no issues. All of the kids are laughing and having fun, and all the parents are like, this is what it's about. We are no longer chained to the idea of having to be in a place just because it's a specific date, i.e., church. There's nothing wrong with going to church if that's what you want to do, but we're not chained to that anymore. We are doing things that we want to do, and it's okay. Who knows? We might be in church next year on Easter, but this year we were not, because we had a birthday party and people came and they were happy and we were all happy. So it's a part of asking yourself, what do you want? Sometimes we have to go back to being a kid and thinking about how kids think. They want what they want. And so sometimes, in order to manifest, in order to make your life the way you want it, it may sound selfish, it may look selfish, but when people actually open up their mind, they see like, hey, I can go against the grain. I can be out of the norm and do things differently. And as an April baby, you know that sometimes your birthday is on Easter. My birthday is April 23rd. I'm 30, I'll be 37 this year, and I have definitely had Easter Sunday birthday. So it's just a part of being an April baby, and it's such a wonderful time for our family. And so I'm so happy that we were able to celebrate. Monday is actually my husband's birthday, so we are celebrating him also. Shout out to him. Happy birthday, Donnell. So I am very happy to come on here and reflect with you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy this time too. Connect with us on Instagram. Please follow us if you don't already, at Keep Expecting Miracles Pod. Check us out on YouTube at Keep Expecting Miracles, and email us if you have a manifestation story, or if you answered some of these questions and you want to tell us some of your aha or insights from journaling these questions. Email us at keepexpectingmiracles@gmail.com. That is it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week. Until next time, bye-bye.